So we'll see status, demos. Who has demos today? No, I don't have any demo. I work too much on MVC. Crap.
What did you do on the MVC team?
I can talk about it, but nothing very special. Status demos, release, so triage to see the remaining bugs. We had some pretty active members last week to fix them, or to create new bugs. Gustavo created so many new bugs that's crazy.
Hey, some of them were followed by PRs.
We should ban him. A bug only exists if it's found, and he found so many. Okay, status. Lots of things happened because per requests. So this is fixing the gallery. Oh, and this is when I used the main repository for the gallery, but I will remove that. I didn't use it in the end, and it's kind of dirty. We'll see. So this one from Longbeak, you can create two template content items with the same name title. You can't create two template content items with the same name anymore. What is that?
That must be the template
The
name
title,
validation.
yeah,
Yep.
I want to ensure the fix is what was agreed. So issues closed. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. And we agreed on this check. Just need to add a driver for this check. We do that for other parts. I don't agree with breaking one. And the solution is creating a new TitlePart driver. Okay, you can create TitlePart driver, that's fine. Adding the file, and the driver is added to the TitlePart. And when, let me check, if not part has shape part, okay, return null, so it's not calling that. Actually, maybe I was wrong. I said we just need to add a driver for this. No, I was right. I didn't say a driver on title part. I assume you can add a driver on the shape part then. So you don't even need this check. You are sure that when your call is for shape part, and you can test the title at this point. Editor.
Not exactly, because if you attach shape part dynamically, then you can't check it. Oh wait.
And if I attach the title part dynamically, I don't know, why would you do that?
Yeah. You need to choose. You need to choose one of those.
And even if you attach it dynamically, the editor will still kick in.
Yeah, there was a reason. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But there was a reason why.
So it works. I'm just saying semantically, it's kind of it works, but yeah, it could even be part of the current shape part actually. Driver. Querying where blah blah blah. Latest. Okay. Okay. Looks good. Beautiful. What is the branch? I don't see that. Dev, I assume. To the previous also caring about the case when shape part was dynamically added to the content type item. To array. removing unused code. Okay. Oh, this code. Okay. Then we had triage day and pulled or merged a bunch of pull requests. So this is just an extension method, just to simplify the code that was written. Then this one was to remove some placement which was not used. This one from Jean-Thierry again to use call context state, but I think it's an ongoing issue. It broke some stuff. It's just on dev. Okay, these things are on dev, so it's safe to pull them. We have a safety nest. This one is handling the default base URL if none is set from the command line. This one is fixing the cache so that the cache works better. I can't remember the details. Daniel, to
client-side caching and kernel cache and
correct.
Proxy caching.
Beautiful. Talked about it on Thursday. And this one is documentation inside the views, but we've talked about it already. He knows. Merge pull request. Oh yeah, this is updating the README with the correct link to Azure button to try Orchard on Azure. This one, triage, this is to make the checkbox for HTML and code actually work because it was not maintaining its state. This one, default field values, it's to from Sipke or Sipke merge something. Yeah, this is merging some. It's like I remember from Lambic, no? Default field values to add defaults.
No, that's a feature branch I worked on that enables setting the default value on dynamic forms. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. So what did Lambic do?
It was for the normal fields, so content fields.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so I was not that wrong. Fixes, improve notifier message. So you remember how I praised Matthew and his nice commit messages, and right after that he messed up with the commit message. So this one is to improve notifier messages. Okay. Good. This one is the merge. Wrong permission check for delete. So it was looking for can you create a taxonomy? No, yeah, it should check for manage taxonomies. That's correct. Fix taxonomy permission, same thing. That's the merge. Typo in the rule engine. So where is this one coming from? Which branch is that in? Because we don't have that anymore. We should have the conditions. Oh, and by the way, yes, he fixed the typo by adding a new typo. Also, so he fixed the fix. But why can't I see which branch it's in? I have to follow that. 19x. Okay. It's maybe because of that there will be merge conflict because this module is moved to the conditions module. But that's fine. So reverted. Okay. So I thought about, so this is the fix from Jean-Thierry. I was talking about the call context, I assume. Yes. So thank you, Sipke, for reverting if it's breaking something. The issue is, if it was breaking the setup, it should have broke the CI. And I didn't get any message.
Does the CI set up via IIS or via the Orchard exe process?
It's the internal ASP.NET runtime from ASP.NET.
Okay.
And you see the nightly build, it was on, oh, maybe it's because it was on this, oh no, this is 110, so it should have found it in, no, it was on dev branch nightly build. So it should have been this one, and you see everything is green, which is beautiful.
But as I understood, it only breaks setup from the command line, right?
Oh,
no,
okay.
Only from, no, on the command line it will work, but it wouldn't work, it didn't work from IIS. Because of the way call context works, Jean-Thierry gave a really nice explanation. If a child thread is the first one to access some state in call context, then it's invisible to the parent. So then, if the parent thread tries to access that same value, it wouldn't be there. So it will create a new list of this is used for the processing engine.
So actually there was a break in the build. You can see it's 75 test failed, which means it's the spec flow, and then after it went green back when you fixed it. So yeah, I didn't receive an email, which is weird though. Maybe in my spam. I have to check. But yeah, we could see it on the. Okay, so you reverted. Good. Minor blueprints cleanup. So yes, just how we code this blueprint. Okay, variable name. Okay, nothing. I don't know what happened to you, Sipke. Maybe you didn't have anything to do. Okay, let's rename.
Well, no, this was after I merged in a pull request, and then I noticed these things, and I figured,
What I appreciate is that you didn't put that in the actual pull request. You made a change, which is just reformatting, so we don't have to bother with the changes.
Yep.
Removes image set from Orchard Alias UI. Because it's not used, and it was showing a 404, I assume.
Yep.
And Sipke pulled it. Okay. 193, fixing the titles of custom forms were double encoded. It's kind of ballsy to do it on 193. I think it was necessary. It's safe, but yeah. The data, display text. So why not call? So what's the difference then? Let me see. I try to understand. Item display text. Oh, this one would encode? Yeah, that's one of the things that is better in MVC core because there is no ambiguity with the double encoding anymore. It's always a pain in Orchard one. Correcting you get reference in pass from Azure to normal solution folder. Okay, yeah, Gustavo found an issue, Daniel fixed it. There were some references to the Azure folder packages, so now they're fixed, and also re-agreement that at some point, maybe next breaking version, next major release will remove the Orchard Azure solution and tell people use Azure web apps, Azure app services instead.
Just to clarify, because it sounded worse than it was, we would only remove the cloud service support. All of the other Azure stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. The Orchard Azure solution is just targeting the cloud services service in Azure. So yeah. Retargeted remaining projects 452. Good. Test. Oh, how did I miss it? Crap.
How did I miss it the first time? That's another question.
Retargeted new get reference target for okay. What branch?
I think I did this for 110. Because the issue was milestoned at 110. This was a royal pain to do, by the way. Basically, I had to do it for every project.
But it feels so good when it's done.
Yeah, satisfaction. Especially when it's done by someone else.
Something I learned today when I see this commit message is that I had if you say fixes and a bunch of values here, it will work in Codeplex, but in GitHub you need to say fixes foo, fixes bar, fixes baz. Otherwise it won't close the issue.
Aha.
So yeah, I found it with the MVC project today. So refactored and fixed issue is calendar picker, correct. So we talked about it during triage last week. We were referencing some wrong files, and what did you do here is that you reincorporated all the small files in the project.
Yes, they weren't being loaded at all, actually, after the refactoring to orchard.resources.
Yeah, so when we talked about it like 2 weeks ago, you were not here, we supposed that all the calendars were in a single file.
Yeah, that wasn't true.
Okay. Good. Thank you. And this 110, it was triage for 1.10. Fixes, change UI layout display on the checkbox as required. Yeah, required. One INX match pull request. Correct. Okay, this one is on dev now. Correcting you get reference in pass. Okay, same thing.
This is strange. This happened because I tried to do a rebase. Correct. And I did a rebase of a merge, and then this is what happened.
It happens sometimes. I can't explain why, but usually when I see that, I restart or I do something else. Oh.
Yeah, I had already pushed it at that point, but
sometimes I also merge because I can't rebase. I merge the branch where I want to rebase on, then I reset softly on the branch, which means I will have a single commit, including the merges that won't conflict. I could show it. It works for me. So this is disable and save CSS nano transforms. So you reworked the gulp pipeline also.
Yeah, that was last week. This is just a small tweak on that. I didn't discover any issue with these in this project, but in another project that I worked on, where we used the same pipeline, we had some issues due to these two transforms that I now disabled. So I figured it was safer to do it for Orchard too.
Improve Snippets Harvester. So apparently, I think Daniel found that there was an issue with the Snippet Harvester, which was harvesting too much. Harvester overflow.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, essentially, the harvester would render the snippet razor views on every request. For all of the snippets, not just the ones that are included in the request.
Okay. So if they did, rendering, okay.
Yeah. So if they did things like require resources or set the title of the page or things that have side effects, those would bleed through onto every page of the site.
Good.
But Sitkus fixed has been verified and it works better now.
This one goes to theme code generation produces another update project. It was just
squashed that commit, but I didn't squash it.
Yeah, this one was the important part. and this is, I assume, just because the formatting, you changed the formatting by mistake.
Well, I also had to add that the dependencies down there at the bottom, or else you'd get build warnings.
Okay, and then the fix on the formatting, because Daniel, the formatting police, saw that, and then you fixed it. Merge. Okay, this is the merge. Hey, I can talk about it. I can show you how to squash, because it's important. This is the merge, and this is the merge from 110 to dev. And by the way, at some point we need to merge 193 to 19x to dev too. Okay, this might show some issues, merge issues. Good. So status. Where are we? So this one, you see everything broken by Jean-Thierry's fix. Then issues. Milestone 193. Where are we? So I know Tech is working on that, and I as a solution. And this one, there is also a pull request, I assume, from Gustavo. So this one, add media item recent, show nothing. Add media item recent, show nothing. And then there's a pull request. And I think I commented on that. No, I didn't. Did I comment here? No, I didn't. Okay, so the fix apparently is just to rewrite how this boolean is rendered. This is just cosmetics. Well, it's related to the issue that you say font awesome is different now. It's another thing. Okay, but my question is, the issue states not showing nothing. It was triaged for 193, but the PR targets 110 only. Isn't the bug also the same in 193?
I think, yeah.
I don't know.
So
I saw your comment, and so recent works for me in 192. So unless I didn't.
No, but this is a regression in 193. Since I tried to fix a bug for rights management. Yeah, I think it's a new issue. And Benedek said he was able to reproduce also in 193. You see, he can reproduce on 193. So if I pull this one, we need to copy the same change in 193. The best thing to do is to have this change only in 193 and merge 193 into 110. Sorry. But if it's easier just to apply to different PRs, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But the other one needs to be, that would be a merge conflict, which would be okay to resolve. But this thing I don't think affects 193. So.
Yeah, that would actually break in 193.
Yeah. So okay. So I will pull this one just to close the issue. But Benedek, if you can commit directly in 193, fixing the same thing.
Sure.
Don't create a pull request.
Okay.
Okay. Merge. Okay, so this one will be done, and then unable to generate RouteUrl for web APIs. This is an old bug, but Gustavo found it again. 1.10.
Yeah, I found it, but the workaround works. So if the priority is -10, things break. But if you change your priority to less than negative, or I guess greater than -10.
So if there's a workaround, I will push it on dev, which is like this, fix from Jean-Thierry, because you see it changes the name. It's reassigning nothing as a name.
That didn't actually solve my problem. I implemented this in 1.10 on my local, and my routes were still broken until I changed the priority.
So even this PR doesn't fix your issue?
Correct.
Okay. And what I will do then is, if you say it's not blocking, I will put it on 19x, not blocking 193. Hi. Hey. Clear the milestone. Okay. Because we have it's an old bug and we have a workaround. Good. Then issues. So 193 should be cleared again once this one is merged to dev, but we can close it. This way we don't see it appear anymore. Okay. Issues, milestones, 110. Ooh. Now just this one. And hopefully it's not related to 110. You confirm, Benedek, that it worked for you? Or did you actually try what he did? Because it was during an import, he said.
I tried something similar, but actually I just tracked down the source code and so the only way that the API controller can return a 404 is that the activity is not available. So I guess it's just the simplest solution to reproduce.
But we haven't tried it.
And we didn't have a response yet. So.
Okay, can someone, not everyone, because I know everyone will try to do that, during the meeting, do an export of a workflow definition? Did you do workflow definition?
Import and export. So
and it worked?
That should be the same as the info from C described. And I guess the reason behind that he says that the whole site recipe is okay is because it's actually enabling the necessary modules. But when he's importing the workflow itself, not the whole site, then some of the modules are disabled.
Okay, so you assume it's his process which is wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just the recipe he's importing. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, we can ship as soon as Benedek pushed the fix for 193.
Yeah, I actually have 3 issues I would like to include in the release, but I have a fix for all of them.
It's not about having the fix; it's about the impact and if it matters.
One of them is actually impacting the upgrade process. I will paste the URL.
Paste it. No, we've said shipped every week. We bumped on the no bugs open, but every time we had more bugs open. So this is 1, this is 2. Links don't want to work. Media library. User sub-library doesn't show recent items. Yeah, we know this is the one. No?
No, it's another one. So the other issue is about when you have admin access to all of the media library, and that fixes Gustavo's suggestion fixes that, but it's not fixing the issue when you don't have the manage media content permission, but only manage own content, manage own media. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And I described the reason behind it.
And the solution?
And I describe the solution as well. And I have a patch file to import it. So it's little additions to some of the components of media library without breaking changes.
But this is what we pull.
Oh no, that yeah, that's right. Gustavo just mentioned that fix in this issue as well, but it's unrelated to the issue I opened, or well, slightly related.
Wait. So, Benek, the link that you posted is a separate issue.
Yes, it's completely different.
The last login UTC. Yeah, I thought I submitted a PR for that one.
So you will
Where is the
submit
PR
the
here?
PR for the other issue, which has a one-line fix, and this is another one. This is a bit more complicated, and I have a fix locally. So
Locally.
yes.
Because copying a link can't be that easy.
So there's no PR, Benedict? You're just going to push these as soon as we decide that they should be fixed?
I can send in a PR if you want to check out the code first.
Yes, you need. So this one and this one is the same. What did I do? 6446 and 6382. Oh yes, this one I remember. Okay, we should have this. Blah blah. The problem migration version. If your migration version is 2, if the migration version is 3, then update from 3 will run and drop the table that was created in 2. This fix is to change from 2 in to return 4, but since it's not empty, okay, fix it. I trust you. You understand how to fix that. So please do. It's 1910. And then user sublibrary blah blah. Last login etc null check. I saw a PR for that.
Yeah, I posted a link. I did a PR and I did it to 110. I don't know if this is 1.3 or 193.
I think I ran this on both branches. Yes, I did it on 193 and 1.10 as well.
Said 8 recent last login and created data, this one.
Right there.
But the fix, I had a comment which is, so it's apparently in a table of the users, and in the TD in the end we have nothing. From my old HTML background when I used to create TRTDs, if you create a TD tag with nothing, it's ugly. So when it's empty, you need to add a $NBSP, something like that.
Really?
Maybe
I didn't have that issue. So this
okay,
is
maybe modern browsers in 10 years
maybe.
have improved.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was in 1999 when we still have unstyled in a border.
Probably.
On the table.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't used tables since then, so I don't know. Last time I used tables, actually, I think it was to create the taxonomy module, to have the hierarchy. Yeah, I think that was it. And then, yeah, I remember exactly the time when I wrote that. It was a pain to write the hierarchy with TRTDs. And then later, 1 year later, I moved it to ULLI and I found the correct CSS to do that. And I was very proud. So yeah, that was very long ago. Okay, so if it's 193 and when they confirms that either you retarget 193 or we do it directly. Whatever.
Oh yeah, I just did this onto dev. That's right.
Oh, dev.
Yep.
What happens if? So what happens if it's null? Does it throw an exception?
If it's null, it says last login date or it was 2016 years ago.
Yeah.
because it's 111. Or I guess 000.
Actually, created UTC will never be null, I think. But anyway, it doesn't hurt to have a check.
Okay, I don't think we care for 193.
Created UTC would be null, because if you created the user before that was being set, then it's still null. Or if you use a third-party module that doesn't trigger that event.
I see.
I still don't think we care about 193. I usually see the same bug in 192, and it's not worth the 193 change. So we can merge this one for 1.10 and done. My call. What does the dictator have to say? He agrees. He will agree. If we ask him.
I agree.
You see, I know you so well. Not as much as Daniel knows you, but I've known you for longer. I assume. I don't even know.
So your point is you can be a dictator by proxy because you know what
No,
the dictator
I
is going to
know
say.
what he will have answered. He will have agreed. He's very sensible and yeah. So this one is done, which means we can close this one, but it will be closed automatically. Not this one, but this one. This one. No, because it's on 110. Oh, yes. That's weird. How does it work? Oh, we just closed it, because it should have been closed automatically until we've merged the 110 in dev. And this one, I saw one like this just because I see it and it's red. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, this guy screwed up this morning already. It was open and closed like 10 minutes after. And now it appears like commented 4 hours ago, but it contains all the changes from dev merged to 193. It's reopened, so no, there's something wrong here.
I think it's a great idea to bring 193 up to date with dev.
Correct. Well, we'll do that. Yeah, doing. I don't know what to say more. Close. Boop. Yes. Okay, good. So what do we need? Oh crap! I say okay, good, and my phone just popped up doing the OK Google thing. Okay. What do we have left? This one?
The PRs from Benedek, I suppose?
Benedek, that's
yeah,
it.
So
yeah.
I will push the one-liner fix to 193.
Correct.
I will
Correct.
fix the upgrade thing and send in a PR for the user media library stuff.
Okay.
And then I will ping you on
Fix it.
Skype. I will do it after the meeting.
The PR that you just did for the last login UTC was to dev,
Oh.
not 110.
Oh.
I can resubmit to 110 if you want, or
Yes.
or you can get. It's literally that one file. So copy and paste. I don't even know if I need to submit it.
Yeah. Do this, and we'll have to merge. Yeah. Oh crap! Sorry. Ah. Okay. Good. Thank you, Benedek, for fixing the remaining issues. So the story is on Tuesday, on Thursday. Well, Gustavo just created new ones. You fix the existing one. So on Thursday, on Thursday, Benedek asked, "So when do we ship?" And I was like, "Well, we have $5 on 193, 5 on 110. Fix them and we ship." So I fixed them. Good, beautiful. What did I miss in the chat? Better than Facebook, Vither, blah blah. What is that?
A lot of that. I was just talking about my upgrade process from 192 to 110.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Gustavo, for trying to do that. 14 hours. Don't write things like this on the chat. Nobody will upgrade.
Oh, it's so worth it.
Migrating about. Oh man, yeah.
And a lot of that was actually just my own stupidity.
How much would you say?
98%.
Yeah, you mentioned you are thankful for NuGet to be in 1.10, but Rob is not here to appreciate.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so nice to be able to consolidate packages.
Yeah, this thing, for instance, if you are doing some ASP.NET Core development, it's a pain because when you switch branches and you have references to packages which are different, it will try to restore, quote unquote, the packages. It's taking so long.
Yeah, there was that, and also the project build order would get out of order, so when I would try to do a rebuild on Orchard Web, it was failing because it was trying to build some of our custom modules before building the core ones. It was weird.
Because the Cantor in Delaware only really works in 4.5.2. Okay, so from your comment, I was not sure if 1.10 was an issue or no. So you
No,
need
1.10 saved
okay.
us. Yeah, this saved us.
Because it bumps a Win version. Okay.
Because it bumps, .NET to 4.5.2, which allows us to use the request or response.headers already sent check if we want to add cookies, which is what the cookie saver does.
Okay, good. Questions? Status demos, no demos, I assume. Still no one for demos. No demos from my side. I have some stuff, but it's not ready to be demoed. So I will just talk about, because Nick asked what I did at MVC. I tweeted that it was two things that we have in Orchard that they asked me to, well, they asked me to do something in MVC core, without knowing we already had that in Orchard. So I was like, yeah, we already have that in Orchard. That's beautiful. First thing was, let me show you. Well, I can explain this one. And we have a require HTTPS attribute in MVC5 that is also in MVC6, MVC core. And the require HTTP attribute they didn't have any parameter to define what is the port of HTTPS you want to redirect on. Something we have in Orchard, and we can also define even the domain you want to redirect on, because Bertrand wrote it. And so the first task was doing that, having an SSL port option in MVC so that you can define which port is your HTTPS on. So when you're in dev mode, for instance, you might not have 443, but something else. First, and the second thing that we have in Orchard, and is beautiful, so two features in one. So in MVC core, there is a cache tag helper. A cache tag helper is something, so tag helper is something you have in your Azure views and can be full whatever you want, and it will trigger your own code. So you can define your own server-side tags. Okay, and there is a cache one that if you put anything inside, will be cached. Okay, and can be anything. So it will be, you are caching some fragment in HTML. So they have this, but it's backed by the iMemory cache, which is in memory. So if you have two nodes, then you have two different caches. It might be fine, but by experience with Orchard, I assume you know that, if you have multiple nodes and they are cached each locally, you will have the desynchronization between the two pages, and as you are hitting F5, you might see different things appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing, and it's really annoying. And this is why in Orchard we have abstracted the cache storage so that you can define another cache storage on top of the output cache. So what they asked me is to be able at least to support the high memory cache and the high distributed cache, the high distributed cache being the one that you can put on Redis or database like we have in Orchard. But what I did instead is high HTML fragment cache, which is used by this one. The default implementation uses high memory cache, and there is an option here that you can say options distributed equals true, and this way it will go use the distributed cache. The goal being that if you don't set that, it will work like today using the memory cache. It will be very fast, and if really you want to go on multiple nodes, you can put equals true, or you can override the HTML fragment cache to always go distributed, or you can even mix, so you could have one tag with options distributed equals true and another one which is not distributed because even the network hop is too expensive for the cache, so you just want it to be on the local machine. That was the two features I did. And
so what happens if you specify the attribute but there's no configured distributed
like this,
cache?
It's using the memory. Well, sorry,
okay.
Sorry, it's using this interface, which by default uses the memory.
Okay.
You have a default HTML fragment cache with your own implementation, it will just use this one. But options dash something is implementation specific. So option dash distributed is based on the default HTML implementation cache, which is called the hybrid cache. So you can have options dash whatever. Like for instance, there is an option priority, which will target the high memory cache. So options are implementation specific. There is a vary by thing, there is expires, which are common to everyone. But these options things are implementation specific. This is why this one targets only when you are using the hybrid cache, which can switch between memory and distributed. Good. That's what I did. And so I learned that GitHub doesn't close the issue if you don't put two fixes in the comment first. What did I learn also? Also, I learned that, and I reacted to Sipke's change. I won't find it. No, let's say. So when I mentioned Sipke doing some kind of weird, maybe this one. You see, he removed it. When I did some PRs for the MVC project, it's like never-ending comments on your PR. You see what we do when we triage, we're like, okay, yeah, it's fine, okay, please reformat, blah, 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 done, okay, we merge. There, it's like I got 200 comments on one line of code. For instance, first thing, hey, you didn't sort your usings, like orchard.layout.helper should be before the framework. I'm like, yeah, because it's not alphabetically ordered. Okay, for each file. Or things like, hey, I have foo equals null, or foo.bar equals true. Okay, something like that. Because we check foo, hey, that's wrong. You should do foo dot bar. Okay, sorry. And it's crazy the precision of the comments you get. The code is perfect. Even in the comments, oh, you have an extra comma in the comment, you should remove it because it makes more sense without the. Oh, yes, okay. Just to mention, we put the bar very low for PRs compared to other open source projects like MVC.
I'm glad you put it that way instead of the opposite.
Oh no, I learned many things with this PR and all the comments, and for instance, even features that even the dev lead didn't know. Like what? So if you have a constructor, it was this case, high memory cache, and the issue is that this service can use the high distributed cache, but the high distributed cache is not registered by default by MVC. So if you opt in to distributed equals true, it has to throw an exception, and you can't do that because it might not be registered. Okay, and the DI will say no, I can't. I don't have a distributed cache. So there is a feature actually in the DI, which is that if you create two constructors like this, it will find the one which matches the available services. And apparently even in AutoFac. I didn't know that. So if in this case, because iDistributed cache is optional, it will, if it's not registered, it will solve that, and the distributed cache variable will be null. But if it's available, this one will be called and it won't be null. This way you don't have to inject the service provider and do a try get service and things like that. You just, okay, let's let the constructor resolution to solve the issue for us. So this is something I learned. So yeah, just sharing what I learned. Good. Off topic. Squash. Let me show you how I do it. Let's say I am on a branch like this one. Okay, I will go in the gallery actually. Okay, I will go in the Orchard project and do a few commits, like adding a file. I edit a file instead. Yes, editing a file. Blah blah blah. Saving. You see commit. Commit. So, by the way, I'm using Git extensions only. I'm almost never using the command line. I can do everything with a Git extension, and every action in the UI matches a Git command, which is also displayed if you want in the UI. So I do a change, I do another one, saving, commit, boom, and so when you do a PR like this, you create a branch, you push on your repository, and then you create a PR, but you still have your branch. Let's say we give you some comments to do on the PR. So what you will do, you will apply the changes, blah blah, save, and okay, I apply the changes. And sometimes you even find the issue by yourself, and you push again to your repository, and automatically GitHub will show it in the main repository that there is a new commit available and update the comments. One thing that you can do is, if we don't care about history, you can say, hey, you made already push, we make some comments, you do the changes, control save, and when you commit, you don't have to create a new commit. You can just say amend commit, which will overwrite the previous commit, and it will say, are you sure you want to overwrite the previous commit? Yes. And in the command line it will just be -- amend. And you see the same commit has been updated with all the changes, the two combined changes. And when you push, it will be a force push, because it will find out that what you are committing on this head is not the same as what was committed on the same head on the repository. But that's fine. You push. It's your repository. You know what you're doing. You're just reacting to some comments in a PR. We don't care about the history, so that's fine. Okay. So you can first do that if you want for all your commits. But in my case, I did that just for the last commit. So I have still 3 commits to go, and people don't care about seeing the history. It's just reacting to format changes and so on. Okay, so what you can do then, if you want a single commit from that, so let's say the PR is agreed upon and everyone is happy, and they ask you, oh, please squash your commits. Meaning, based on your 5 different commits, we don't care about seeing these 5 commits, we just want to see it in one commit. Like, the issue has been fixed with this single change, this single commit, which is a set of changes. What you can do is there is a squash command, or yes, which will show you all the commits and you are able to pick them, to squash them. It's kind of complex. I have a different technique, which is stay there, go back where you were, the parent of the commit, which is this one, and here you can reset your repository to this commit. But when you do a reset, there are multiple options. So I will do a reset. And same thing from the command line. You can either say soft, so that everything is still there, even my commits, they will appear, and I'm just putting my branch here. You can do mixed, which is what I will tell you to do, or hard. Hard meaning forget about everything I did, move back here. But by doing mixed, you are just moving the branch head to this location, and all your files are still the same. Meaning they are the same with all the changes you applied already. So if you want to commit again, the difference is everything you did during the n last commits. Okay. So now with this, I can just say, okay, the PR is done. All the changes I did, I will recommit them with a nice message, fixes, fixes, blah blah blah. This is the change. You can commit, and now you have just one commit over the branch you are targeting. You can push, and we can merge it. It's beautiful. Okay. So it's a very simple way to squash commits. Just resetting to the commit before the ones you want to merge, using a mix mode, and then committing again. Make sense? So I commented this one this morning just for people to try to do that instead of this way, instead of having some history with I fixed the typo, oh sorry, I fixed the typo in the typo in the typo, then it's better to see just one commit, just if people didn't know about that. And I think it's better than the squash command. Good? Okay, people continuing on the...
Yeah, thank you. That was really cool. It's good to see.
Any more questions? So once Bedneck has fixed Orchard, I'll give it a day or two, and on Thursday we'll see if we can ship.
Benedict, were you going to do the last login UTC on 110?
Well, I don't think it's that crucial. I think it's fine in dev, and then it's going to be merged and released in the next minor version. I think it's fine.
Even for 1.10?
We can put it.
That's fine. We can put it in a 1.10.1. Nobody cares. Just Gustavo.
Yeah.
Well, me as well, actually. We can put it in 1.9.3 and merge it to 1.10.
No. This thing, no, that's fine. I don't want to change 1.9.3 because it was already a bug. So that's fine. Let's keep it in dev. Let's forget about it and create a 1.10.1. It's a minor issue.
Yeah, we will see some new issues. I guess.
Because if we take this one, we take so many others.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll ping you on Skype.
Thank you. So, okay, thanks everyone. See you on Thursday.
Cool. Thanks, guys. See you Thursday.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.